Aya.
My name is Zidan.
Hi, I'm Karina.
My name is Marisa.
Hi, my name is Intan Nuliana and we are from one of the activists for marine and ocean rights. You may be unaware that our oceans are in danger as a result of various human activities. Fish population are declining due to overfishing, which is also affecting marine food webs and endangering the availability of healthy food. Around 80% of the pollution in the ocean originates from land, and coastal areas are practically susceptible to contamination. Massive floating garbage patches that grow in the ocean, and also climate change and its consequences such as ocean acidification and threatening the existence of several marine species.
Despite a plethora of global, national and regional agreements in place to manage the social, economic and environmental aspects of our marine habitats, much more needs to be done and quickly. The ocean are our primary source of life support. They provide us 60% of the oxygen that we breathe, absorbs the carbon dioxide and toxins we unintentionally release into the environment, and feed billions of people. The ocean are home to 80% of all life on Earth and are critical to the climate system we are accustomed to enjoy. And when this system fails, our entirely existence is jeopardized.
So as we know, the ocean are responsible for 50% of the world's oxygen supply and offer vital ecosystem services that keep our planet in good shape. So ocean currents, for example, govern our weather systems, and if they are disrupted, the extreme weather consequences will be severe. Only delicately balanced ecosystem made up of food chains and biological systems, which are maintained by the oceans and are able to support these services. So as we know, ecosystem services that are vital to our survival are at risk of being disrupted due to human activity. Coral reef are one such example. Because of our fishing activities, coral reef fragile ecosystem suffer harm and frequently perish.
Furthermore, food is largely obtained from the oceans. They are the greatest ecosystem on Earth and contain 80% of the species of the planet. Fish account for 20% of animal protein consumed by 3 billion humans. Only 10 species account for roughly 30% of marine catch fisheries, while 10 species account for almost 50% of aquaculture productivity. Additionally, it takes 112 liters of water to produce only 1 gram of protein from cattle. If we properly maintain and manage, the ocean might play a significant role in a more sustainable strategy for feeding the planet's expanding population of humans.
Also, the ocean control our climate. About 25% of the carbon dioxide produced by humans is observed by the oceans. They are thus considered as carbon sink, but their capacity to absorb furthermore carbon is constrained. More than 90% of the extra heat brought on by global warming is kept in the oceans. Without this service, as well as heating and cooling impacts of the oceans, current global temperatures would be too volatile to sustain life. Our weather also is impacted by ocean. As a result of the sun's heating of the oceans, water from their surfaces evaporates and then condenses the produced clouds. We also obtain our rain in this manner, and as a result, our drinking water, and additionally, it is also contribute to wind, thunderstorm, and hurricanes, as well as the monsoon rain, which is essential to the survival of millions of people living in South Asia.
Asia.
And moreover, numerous marine invertebrates have been found to produce antibiotic, anti-cancer, and anti-inflammatory compounds, according to the scientists. It has also been discovered that horseshoe crabs, seaweed, and marine microbes offer beneficial medical characteristics. And our health and well-being are impacted by the ocean. And water also has been shown to relax, lessen anxiety in humans, and being near to blue places such as the ocean is supposed to benefit our mental health.
We all know that not everyone has the capability to make a big change for the marine and oceans, even though us. This issue has been going since hundreds of years ago when we already need to save it, but we still can maintain it if we practice free plastic in our daily life. The equivalent of one garbage plastic is dumped into the sea every minute, 17.6 billion pounds every year. Plastic is everywhere in our ocean, floating on the surface, missing in the salt water and sitting on the ocean bottom miles and miles deep. And once in the ocean, it never goes away.
So as we all know, plastic does not biodegrade. However, over many years in the sun, plastic will break down into smaller pieces until they are so small and difficult to see that they resemble crystals. So because plastic appears to be harmless, animals could consume it. Not to mention that the plastic itself contains a wide range of chemicals that are used during the manufacturing process. Furthermore, when they float on the surface of the water, they act as a sponge, taking all the contaminants that are out there in the ocean environment, that are diluted in the ocean water, and concentrating them on the surface.
As a result, it will be extremely dangerous to the animals because when they ingest the plastic, the contaminants leach into their bloodstream and become implemented into the tissues. Sea turtles are choking on them, and over 60% of whale and dolphin species are affected by plastics. It is all plankton, the base of the ocean food chain, eat and so do we. For example, it is in the water that we drink, in our food that we eat, and also maybe can be found in salt, butter, honey, and so on. And sometimes will be in the air that we breathe. Aside from that, the least you can do is recycle properly. It should go without saying, but whenever you use single-use or other plastic that can be recycled, always recycle them. At the moment, only 9% of plastic is recycled globally. Recycle keeps plastic out of the ocean and lowers the amount of new plastic in circulation. It is a good idea to check with your local recycling center to see what kind of plastic they can accept.
Other than that, you can take part in or organize a beach or river cleanup. Participate in or organize the beach or waterway cleanup to help remove plastics from the ocean and prevent them from entering in the first place. This is one of the most direct and rewarding ways to convert plastic pollution in the ocean. You can simply go to the beach or waterway on your own or with friends or family, or you can participate in a local organization's cleanup or an international event.
Aside from that, you may avoid products that contain microbeads because in recent years, tiny plastic particles known as microbeads have become an increasing source of the ocean plastic pollution. And microbeads can be found in some face scrub, toothpaste and body washes, and they can easily enter our oceans and waterways via sewer systems. And it's affecting hundreds of marine species. You can also look forward for the words polyethylene and polypropylene on the ingredients labels of your cosmetic products to avoid products that contain plastic microbeads.
Let us work together to keep plastic pollution and wrecking our beaches, marines, the ocean, the fishes in order to have healthy oceans that delight and sustain future generations.